Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back with Eldrazi Ramp on the play for game one. Let's take a look-see. Looking for a soul land or a green source. That's not a talisman. There's a soul land, but no additional. Yeah, probably better to go with the Ghost Quarter then. We'll go for the Ghost Quarter. He has a K command X1 on 2, which is not bad. I was really hoping for a Temple though. We'll pass. Opponent also revealed Devourer. Interesting. So this could be Tron, could be E-Ramp. Looks like green Tron, though. There's Lab Imprint Devourer. For a Talisman. I mean, we have Ghost Quarter to set them back a turn, so in that case, I'm going to actually cycle this K command to draw the Ghost Quarter and hope I can draw into something else. There's the Sanctum. So yeah, we're going to Ghost Quarter, hit the Lab. Do you fail to find? You do. Perfect. Because I really don't want to see a Karn on 2 here. There's a mine. And passing. We draw Talisman. Cast Talisman. And now we can Rumble. That was a very aggressive play, mind you, but it was definitely worth it. Grab the Windswept Teeth and pass. Next turn we have a kicked Myco. Tower. And draw. Windswept Teeth fetch for a forest. Kick Myco. Did we see any Tron lands? We did not, but opponent will scoop it up. Alright, let's go to sideboard. Bring in Flute, bring in Heat, cut the K returns, and the Bajuka Bog. And we have World Breaker in, though there's some argument for bringing in Fade from History. Yeah, I think this might be fine. Let's run back like this. That will be on the draw. This hand is workable. We will keep. We will pass. Tis a mine. Tis a relic. Relic's fine. We draw. Sprawl. So Lab. Imprint Sire. Cast Talisman pass. If they play another Tron land, we might just Myco into a... Yeah. It's likely going to just Myco into Ghost Quarter here. So we'll go Wooded Foothill Fetch for a forest. Relic, healed all. For a forest. Sprawl on the forest. For red. Cast Myco, yield all. Grab Ghost Quarter. I do wonder if it might still be worth it to play 2 Ghost Quarter even into even in a curseless version. We'll let the mine and pass. Crack's Relic draws a card and pass. Temple for a Myco spawn, maybe. Another Talisman into a Myco spawn. No, TKS or K Command X2. There's TKS, takes the Rumble. It's kind of rough, but not the end of the world. 3 in hand, we draw. Second Temple. We'll cast the Talisman, and we'll hold. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 mana. I mean, next time we get Sire's 7 Death on board. Is this a kicked Myco? It is a kicked Myco target forest? No. Target temple. We'll float just to make you sweat a little. Imagine you'll grab mine. Grabs power plant. Interesting. We'll phase change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still have Sire next turn. We'll take the 4 down to 14. No blocks. And map. So you have Tron next turn. Return Sire to hand and draw. Sprawl. Honestly, I don't exactly want to stack the Sprawl. But there's also no reason not to. But, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we actually should stack the Sprawl in case we draw into Ugin. There is a world where we do draw into Ugin. And we'll pass. And no attacks. And pass. So you have Tron and 3 cards in hand. Oh, you have Tron regardless. It must have had the mine in hand. So 2 cards in hand. You could be playing Beseiju, though it's not as relevant right now, I'd say. Looks like a K command. X equals 7 to exile the Sire, would be my guess. Or is this an Ulamog? No, it's a K command. X equals 8. Scry draw, exile the Sire. They'll pay 7 life down to 13 all. So we are now working off the top deck here. 0 top, 8 bottom draw. I'll trade with a Myco. We draw. There's Rumble. Let's see here. Green, colorless, hold green, red. There's Breaker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We grab the Breaker. Only problem is they have the map. We'll still go after the mine. Trim them down. We'll heal it all. And pass. So they'll crack map for another mine. They'll have Tron. We have another kicked Myco to hit my forest. That would be unfortunate, but not the end of the world. 2, 3, 4, 5. We'd have 5 mana left over. Yep, kicked Myco. Again, you have all the mana in the world. You hit my temple and not my forest. That's a weird choice. Now we're left with 6 mana. This is 7 mana for Devour or hit a Sprawl. I suppose that makes some sense. Draw, lab. No reason to reveal the lab. We'll pass. No attacks. And pass. Interesting. Well, we are in a little bit of a bind now. Lab, no imprint, I'd imagine. We'll draw. Ugin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is a thought to imprinting the Ugin to insulate it from a TKS. There is a thought. I will do so and pass and hold. I don't like having to do that, but I think it might be right just on the off chance they rip into a TKS. On end step, we'll return Ugin in hopes that we find a land. Though actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I actually will keep the Ugin until we find a land. We're short 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, we're short 1. We'll leave the Emrakul in hand. Not that we have much in the way of choices. And hold. One finds another land for turn. So at this point, if we find a land, we play the Emrakul. Draw. Windswept Teeth. Fetch. For a forest. And Emrakul should help close things out. Did opponent really just say how lucky? My guy, we're both in top deck mode. What are you on about? At that point, it's purely probability, variance, and luck. I mean, if you had found Karn off the top, am I going to say how lucky? No. Like, that's just how it goes. Like, we're both in top deck mode. We're both sitting here staring at each other, just draw going. Oh, alright. Well, with that being said, we'll be back for match number 2. Alright, we're back for match 2 on the play for game 1. Mulligan, yeah. I mean, we can go Bajuka Bog, Countersoul's Talisman Pass, but that means we're not playing anything. Yeah, we mulligan this. This is much better. This is much better. Keep pitch Myco. Yeah. Done. Red. And pass. And pass. Scalding Tarn, fetch 19. Steam Vent Shock 17. Tameo? Yep. Opponent's playing Cutter. So we'll go Sanctum. Talisman. Rumble. Oh, I so want Emrakul here. But I really want to kick this Myco spawn. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll grab the temple. We have another rumble. We'll pass. We'll hold. 4 types in yard. So for the next Emrakul, we're in a good spot. Tammy will attack. Opponent will get a clue. Scouting Tarn. Definitely looks like Cutter. Scouting Tarn will resolve. Breeding Pool Shock 14. Mox Amber. Mox Opal. So they don't have Cutter in hand. That much is clear. Draw a card. 5 in hand. 1 draw off of flipping Tamiyo, so Preordain would do it. And passing. We'll draw Temple and kick the Myco spawn. Kick Breeding Pool. I believe they only have 1 green source outside of the mana rocks. Yeah, so we'll kick the Breeding Pool. We could go Temple here, but going Forest Rumble seems appealing. How many basics do they run? 2? Looks like it. No reason to go for the Ghost Quarter. Yeah, I think Forest Rumble's probably correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we'll go Forest Rumble. There's Worldbreaker, Devourer, and Chrysalis. We're going to grab the Devourer. The reason being is the Breaker we can always grab back later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, yeah. Devourer, and pass, and hold. Tamiyo will attack. Opponent will get a clue. Preordain. So, I mean, it looks like they're going to flip the Tamiyo, but we have the Devourer, so a bit of a moot point. They don't know about the lab, do they? No. So we'll necessarily need to play the lab next turn. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, we will, because we are going to want to pull Emrakul off Sanctum, I think. Top draw. Do you flip the Tamiyo? Thundering Fall Surveil. That feels pretty bad. Tormod's Crypt to Yard. Why would you top draw Thundering Falls a Tormod's Crypt? That's weird, but okay. Bajukabog. Devour the Tamiyo. Do you have a Rebuke for the body? You do not. I will say yes for Emrakul. Unless you have another Tormod's Crypt. You're only playing 1 Crypt. Huh. Yep, there's the Rebuke like I thought. We will not pay the 3. I'll just Bajukabog here. Get rid of your Crypt. So far it's been a solid league, leading off with Tron. And I mean, this looks like a solid win against Cutter. I guess they could have another Rebuke in hand. If I think they have another Rebuke, I guess we just pull the Breaker. There's another Tamiyo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can actually play the breaker next turn if we really want. 2 cards in hand. Paying cost for Quantum Riddler. Draw 2. Flips Tamiyo. Sure. Tamiyo plus. Okay, I mean, that means we're in the clear to cast this Emrakul. So, Lab. No Imprint. Sprawl. For red. And Emrakul. Yield all. And Bone scoops it up. We'll take the win against Cutter. Cutter. How do I want to sideboard against you? Probably Trinisphere in, Dismember Hedon. I think we could also argue the Baubles in, though it's not entirely necessary. Also probably better on the play than the draw. Sideboard-wise, Harbinger, Forces, Consign, Strict Serenade, Disputes. The K returns really aren't doing much in this matchup. So K return out. Similarly, Ghost Quarter's kind of meh. So Ghost Quarter out. Trim out a Rumble. And maybe an Emrakul. They only run 1 Tormod's Crypt, though. If they bring in Forces, which they have 3 of, we should probably actually trim out the Ugin then. Yes, that seems reasonable. I think there's also an argument to bring in Flutes, but the only way we do so is probably by cutting out the Chrysalis here. Yeah, that's a thought. Bring in 2 Flutes. I mean, the benefit of the Flutes is that Emery hits Tamiyo, but nothing much else. I think actually run it back like this. I think this might be better. I think you can make an argument for the Flutes, but I don't think it's entirely necessary. I mean, what do we want to see off top here? Sprawl, Soul Land. Sprawl or Soul Land, probably the best case scenario. Like, the hand's definitely workable. It just feels a little bit meh. But it also keeps an opening 7, which makes me feel even more meh on this hand. Yeah, I think I'm mulligan this. Yeah, this is workable. Pitch Sire or pitch Chrysalis. I'm gonna pitch the Chrysalis here. I want to keep the Sire on the off chance we draw into a lab. We'll pass. Do they play Boseiju? They do not. Okay, we just dumping our hand on one? Yeah, that's why I don't like Vexing Bauble on the draw. Same idea as Chalice. One just dumps their hand. So they have Rebuke up. Noted. Rebuke Consign. There's Emrakul. I suppose we could go Temple. Yeah, we'll play Temple. Call up K Command X0 if they make a construct on end step, I suppose. Don't know why they'd make a construct on their end step, but they could. Cracks the Spell Bomb. Could have Emery in hand. Saga Trigger. Esamite. Bauble. So they missed their land drop, is that what I'm seeing here? Yes, indeed. They missed their land drops. No constructs from opponent. Bauble Trigger, draw. And Trinisphere. Can't do too much about Trinisphere. Opponent still has Rebuke up. So do we want to hold the command? Probably. Would rather do that than play Talisman directly into a Rebuke. Floats with Saga. What do you grab? Tis a bauble, a land. Bauble targets self before the fetch. Do you shuffle it away? You do. Okay. Thundering Falls, Surveil. If they don't attack with might, it's clear that they have Rebuke. Phase change, combat, attack. In response, I'm going to Scrydraw Exile or Ramp Exile. Kind of want to guarantee a land. At the same time, we're going to do this. See if you have Consign. We'll ramp. Actually, do I even care to exile this? The thing about exiling that turns off the Opal, which is relevant. Yeah, we'll ramp exile. Done. Consign. Yep, okay. That's fine. We get Consign out. Bauble trigger. And draw. Heat. I suppose at that point we'll Talisman as our quote-unquote land drop. Do you have a force? And we'll heat the Haywire Might. Pretty unfortunate if they do force this, to be fair. And then heat the Might. That way they can't get rid of the Talisman. Might down, gain 2, Opal offline, and pass. So down to 1 mana. There's Emery. Tameo. Opal's still off. We draw. Gemstone is perfect. Yield all. We'll grab a lab. Lab will imprint Emrakul. And Trinisphere. We'll pass. There's force, pitching force, and pass. So now they can grab back might. Might, bauble, or spellbomb. 2, 4, 7. I mean, going from might to exile. The Talisman does get me off a 7, but they choose not to. Instead, Tameo. No blocks. End step draw. Ball will target me. We draw. Another Trinisphere. Let's go to combat. Attack with Myco. 2 in hand. They have 3 mana, so they can play Shenanigans through Trinisphere, but only 1 per turn. Otherwise, we play the Sire and pressure the board. I think I go Sire here. Pass. Do you have Consign or Rebuke? You do not. Sire lands. Crack a Clue. Bauble trigger, draw. 4 in hand now. Opal's offline until they Emery back a Bauble or attack with a Tamiyo. Now they could attack with Tamiyo, make a clue, crack the clue, and flip prior to damage. Otherwise, Emery can grab back Spellbomb, bounce Sire back to hand at the cost of 7 life. It's not really great, but it surely is an option. Looks like they are going to instead attack the Tamiyo, flip the Tamiyo, crack the clue, flip, Tamiyo plus, Emery target Spellbomb, Spellbomb bounces back the Sire. I mean, again, this is at the cost of 7 life. Opal. Tamiyo. Now means I can't really attack into their Tamiyo as it stands. I'm gonna do this now. Down to 11. I mean, you can only do that so many times. Amber, 2 in hand. We draw. 2, 9. We're shy 4. Sire 7 death will pass. No point in attacking because Megaspawn, when attacks, will trigger Tamiyo, become a 2/3, will pass. Alright, opponent. Like I said, you can only pay for Ward 7 so many times. Grabs another Aether Spellbomb. There's Aether Spellbomb. You do have Consign Memory in Yard that you could pick up with Tamiyo. Picks up Consign, okay. Now this means we can attack with MTGO. So clearly we're not going to cast Sire directly into Consign. End step, drop, second Sire. Go to combat. Attack all. I mean, I think at this point we can ignore Tamiyo. Attack all at you. Because now you're going to have to start blocking this MTGO. Ward. Connects down to 1. I guess actually we maybe should have attacked the Tamiyo because now they can plus Tamiyo and hold back the Tamiyo as a blocker. But we're going to cast Trinisphere and pass. Because if they don't consign this, this means that they can't play anything. Force the Tamiyo. Okay, we'll pass. I mean, yeah. Having that force is pretty damn good. Maybe I should just Windmill Slam Sire and a Sire back to back. Haywire Might. Haywire Might can take out the Talisman. I suppose. Might target Talisman. Now I'm short 1 for 7. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. We'll draw. Never mind. There's the Sire we pass. And there's Consign. No attacks. Yeah, in retrospect, maybe attacking the Tamiya would have been correct. We'll pass. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Too short. Scouting turn. Yeah, I think putting them down to 1 really didn't matter. We should attack the Tamiyo. Kept them at 4. They would have went up to 6, but then we could have attacked in and forced them to block. Whereas right now we're kind of in a holding pattern until we land something else. So, a bit of misplay on my part, I'd argue. Scouting turn fetch down to 2. Tamiyo plus to 5. Boots. 1 in hand. Potential rebuke mana. Boots equip the Tamiyo. Bobble trigger, draw, and draw. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Fetch Windswept Teeth for a Stomping Ground Shock. Do you have Consign to Memory, friend? Our turn, comrade. You do not. And you had the Tormod's Crypt as well? Wild. But we'll scoop it up, we'll take the win. Why did you not play the Tormod's Crypt? Like, you saw we were 1 soul land off Emrakul. I guess maybe they just thought that, well, when they return the Emrakul to hand, then I'll Tormod's Crypt. But, like, you have an Emery. Just keep my yard empty at that point. That was a wild choice. Alright. Well, we'll be back for match number 3. Alright, back for match 3. On the draw for game 1, we will keep opponent Wilkins down to 6. And pass. Power plant. Map. No map. Draw. Myco number 2. We'll play Forest and pass. I mean, we're angling for Myco kick on 3 at this point. Mine, Talisman. Chalice on 1 is fine. We draw. Okay, so I mean, we have the kicked Myco now. I guess we could have... Oh, I should have played that differently. I should have imprinted, then cast. It's fine, though. Yes. Rumble, pass. We might end up kicking ourselves for that later. We'll see. They have Tron. What you got? Yeah, because if they don't have Karn, for example, the lab tucking Emrakul or so on would have been good. Karn -4 Liquid Metal. Liquid Metal's fine. Depends on what you hit, though. If you hit my green source, it'll be a little bit interesting. If you hit my temple, then we're okay. That is fine. We draw. Sprawl, temple, Myco. Yield all. So we actually have some interesting choices here. We can go Ghost Quarter, hit Tron, which I think is right. And we'll hit the mine and pass. And grab a waste. And pass. It's the temple again. Temple down. Opponent has 3 lands. We can smack a Karn. Next turn we can Ugin Lab, Imprint, Ugin, I suppose. Probably gonna angle more for the Emrakul at this point. We can't play the Sprawl because of Chalice. So Sprawl's dead, or at least bricked right now, which is fine. Lab, Imprint or no Imprint? Imprint up to 5 mana. Is this a TKS? It's a Flesh Raker as a blocker. Chalice on 0 makes a blocker. Draw. Temple. No reason to play the Temple then, right? Instead we can just Lab, no Imprint. Myco. Yield all. I suppose we'll go for Temple. Go to combat. Swing at Karn. Force it to block with a spawn. I suppose next turn they could go minus Karn for bridge. But instead going to plus Karn again. I don't think that was necessarily correct, but they drew into the Tron land. That's actually pretty unfortunate there. If they hadn't run into the Tron land, then we would have been fine. Draw. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 short. Well, maybe I should have imprinted. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still wouldn't have been enough. 2, 4, 6, 7, 11. Still been too short. The Devourer unfortunately bogs things up enough now where I think they win. I'm trying to think. Actually, we might still have A out, but it's very narrow. Temple against Sprawl's dead, but putting Sprawl into yard's not a bad idea. Actually. Yield all. And hold. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So whatever they liquid metal coating, we can then just sacrifice the breaker. But opponent's gonna minus here. Yeah, Karn is kind of what changes this matchup quite significantly. Grabs Battleship. Interesting. Yield all. Battleship targets. And I think this is correct because then they turn off 2 lands and that should just close it out, I think. We'll float. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have floated. I should have sacrificed it. Yeah, doesn't matter. Turtle, my guy, what you doing back there? Yeah, I don't think it matters, because then they're just going to slam it shut by hitting Temple of Liquid Metal Coating, leaving me with 2 lands. Yeah, we'll just concede. Not much we can do there. Not much we can do there. Karn truly changed the tide of that matchup, at least in game 1. We'll cut out the K returns, Gemstone Caverns. Bajukabot can also go. I guess we could bring in a Fade from History. Might not be a horrible idea. Either that or Dismember. I actually like the idea of Dismember hitting Flesh Rake. Yeah, I'm trying to think if we could have done anything differently there. Alright. Yeah, definitely feeling like Chrysalis is correct in the meta right now, though I do feel like maybe still 2 Ghost Quarter main might be right. I brought in a Ancient Stirrings because there was an empty slot that I haven't filled. Maybe a second Ghost Quarter might be okay. Just having access to it with Mycospawn might be enough, where Tron is still what percentage of the meta? Last 30 days, 4.4, 14, 7.1, 7, 5.7. So it is dropping again. Top 4 decks, Energy, Blink, Storm, Affinity at, yeah, minimum of 7.3% of the meta. Energy, of course, being the top deck. Zoo's also climbing back up. Neobrand is as well. I hate seeing that. Neobrand at 3.8, down to 2.6, and then back up to 4.1. Hate that. Titan also on the climb again. 3.3 to 4.8 to 5.3. Yeah. The meta's kind of interesting right now. On the play for game 2. I mean, Stirrings 1. What are we trying to find at that point is my question. So we go Stirrings 1, then what? I think I'm mulligan this hand. This hand is better. Pitch Talisman. Yeah, we'll pitch the Talisman. What did Foothill fetch? Oh, excuse me. Forest, Sprawl for red, and pass, and pass. This way if we draw into a Chrysalis, we can cast Chrysalis. Power Plant map. Draw. Like a Rumble, K-Command, Chrysalis. K-Command works. Hold up K-Command X2 then. Mine passing, I'd imagine. So we have this Ghost Quarter sitting here. We'll ramp and Scry draw. Sprawl, bottom, K-Command, top draw. And draw. Mycospawn would be nice. No Mycospawn. In that case, I think I will play Talisman, Ghost Quarter, and hold. You want to crack that map? End step crack for Temple. Interesting. Likely a TKS then. I mean, either that, there's still a chance they have Natural Tron in hand, so I think you still have to Ghost Quarter the mine. And there's a waste. Do you have the TKS? And there's the Temple. Fleshraker. So we can exile the Fleshraker. Do I want to exile the Flesh Raker? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna Ram Scry draw here. And done. Rumble. So I want to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Bottom, top, top, draw. Rumble. Interesting. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes. Grab Temple. Normally I'd like the MTGO spawn, but methinks that Emrakul is correct. Though I guess in retrospect, 5... We could have grabbed the MTGO spawn because MTGO spawn added one. Yeah, we could have grabbed the MTGO. Damn. I thought we already had it. A creature in yard, but we didn't. Doesn't matter though, we got the win. Bring back in the gemstone. And trim out wood. Honestly, I guess we could just continue to trim out a rumble. Though, honestly, the Stirrings kind of meh. I've never liked Stirrings in this list. A bit fragile, but it is workable, especially draw into a soul land here. Burning Catacomb, fetch Sprawl for red. We'll keep. We'll pass. They reveal Devourer. Exiling Chalice map. I feel like you should just pretty much cut Chalice entirely. Draw. Windswept Teeth. Verdant Catacomb, fetch Forest. Sprawl for red. And pass. And pass. I mean, if they don't have a TKS here, which they do not, they have a Flesh Rake. 4 in hand, 3 unknown, another Sprawl. Another Forest. For another red. Talisman into Rumble. Grab Temple. 4 types in yard will pass. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One short of Emrakul. Otherwise, next turn we can kick MTGO. Yeah, I mean, this is looking good. Three for another Flesh Rake. Okay, Command X1. Okay, Command X1. We'll take one down to 16, down to 14. Temple. Opponent bottom draw. Probably drew into the temple would be my guess. Relic. So it'll take me off of Emrakul here, but that's fine. Do you want to draw off the relic? Or do you want to exile card in yard? Depends on how desperate you are. We'll draw. So Emrakul's offline as of right now. Another map. You can just keep on going off, damn. Dismember will sack in response. I think that's a bit aggressive, given that you know I have a temple in hand, but it's fine. We'll go down to 12. I definitely feel like you should have held that spawn, because you know that I'm going to kick a Myco. Oh. We seen a waste yet? We have not. So we could go kick Myco for Ghost Quarter and really hammer it home here. Myco kick. Temple. We actually shouldn't go Ghost Quarter because then they can crack the map, I suppose. Could do it in upkeep though. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'd still be short. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We'll grab the temple. And then K command, ramp, exile the spawn. Spawn down. Paying cost for dismember. That is a-okay. We will pass 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 mana now. So unless you have a TKS, I think we are golden. Temple, passing, we'll take 2 down to 10. Do we need to though? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We don't need to, but I'm not sure if I care one way or another. We're gonna block, we'll block. Opponent says, show me Emrakul. Don't worry, opponent. I'm gonna do just that. Tis a lab, no imprint, and Emrakul. Tis Emrakul. Our turn, comrade. Is that GG's? GG's. Solid win against Eldrazi Tron. Alright, well, we'll be back for match number 4. Alright, we're back for match 4 on the play for game 1. Hand's a bit slow, but workable. These rumbles will be carrying a lot of weight here. I'll put a pause on end step. So Windswept Teeth 19. Forest for Sprawl. Alright, well, looking like a potential mirror match here. Wooded Foothill, Commercial District, Surveil. A third Rumble, sure. It's Rumble City here, friends. We shall rumble. We really don't need more lands. We could grab Devourer on the off chance we draw into a lab. Otherwise, we could also Sprawl and accelerate that way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably grab Ghost Quarter. And we'll grab the Devourer. And pass. Interesting. Mono green shenanigans. It, hold the phone. Is this just straight up mono green Nykthos? Untap. Tap. Delighted Halfling. This is just straight up mono green Nykthos. Fascinating. We'll draw. Do I Ghost Quarter here? We could Ghost Quarter a forest. Give him a forest. It cuts off a green source, which is relevant right now. Otherwise, the move would be to Rumble. Let's Rumble number 1. Another MTGO. We'll grab the MTGO. Let's Rumble number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll grab a Chrysalis. Or the Sire. I think the Chrysalis here. At this point, I'll pass. And we'll see what you got. We're going to kick a Micah Spawn next turn, hit the Nykthos. Maybe even Ghost Quarter the Forest. 2, 3, 4. Kiora, 6. Is this Storm the Festival? No shot, this is basically just Pioneer Nykthos. That's so funny. I mean, you could theoretically win right now. Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Nykthos. 6. Yeah, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Kiora. Kiora, untapped Nykthos. 6. Didn't really do too much there. That was pretty much mana neutral. So I'm not sure if that was worth it. Like, if you had one more pip, then sure. There's a Storm. Yeah, the Kiora they should have waited on. Because now they could potentially find Kiora. They messed up there. There's Karn. Huh. Huh. Okay. Okay, opponent. I see you. I see you. I like it. So they grabbed Liquimetal. We'll draw. K command. Well, we'll Stomping Ground Shock. We will definitely kick here. Might go kick Nykthos. Yeah, might go kick Nykthos. Yield all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 10. We've already milled over Bajuka Bog. So we could Ghost Quarter and hit the Sprawl. That is an option. Knocking him down another land. The only problem of doing so here is the fact that Karn Liquimetal coating will be a problem. Otherwise, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. And we have enough for Chrysalis next turn or another Myco. Yeah, we'll Ghost Quarter. And Ghost Quarter the Sprawl and pass. And grab a Forest. Knocks you down to 4 mana. You know, Devour can actually exile Karn right now because it is all colors. That is really freaking funny, actually. Windswept Teeth, fetch. Surveil. And they actually do have access. I wonder if this... Let me take a look at this version. This version's not running Chainveil, is it? It should be. Oh no, it is. It is. They have the Chainveil on the side. Look at that. Oh, this is wild. They have the Chainveil on the side, so they have the full Chainveil combo. Oh, and I forgot. Kiora can untap Liquid Metal. Oof. So now I am off of Chrysalis next turn unless I find a soul land. Oh, that's so funny. Maybe I shouldn't have gone for the Ghost Quarter. Yep. Draw. Forest. We'll play the Forest. Go to combat. Swing at Karn. I imagine you block. No block. Karn takes the hit. We pass. Yeah, I should have grabbed another land. The Ghost Quarter was not the right move. Because at this point, now I need a soul land. Otherwise, we're kind of SOL. Interesting. I have blockers for days now. Liquid Metal, Karn plus. And then Kira untap, Liquid Metal. Yeah, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Overlord. Draw. Well, there's Sanctum. Sanctum's not doing much, though. I mean, at this point, they have me locked out. We'll concede. Yep. You got it. So this is Nykthos. So a loss for game 1. Yeah, I messed up by going for the Ghost Quarter. I needed to grab another land. So Flute in, Heat in. K-Return out. Bajukabog is semi-relevant. Gemstone out. I think we just run it back like this. We could argue the Dismember, but I'm not sure it's entirely necessary. Though actually, no, I do like the idea of it. Cut the Stirrings for Dismember. Yeah, we definitely messed that up. Game 2. I'll keep looking for a green source off Devour, or otherwise we're Bajukabog on 1, Temple on 2, Talisman on 3. Not ideal. We'll reveal Devourer. Leyline the Guild Pact. Devour trigger. So we can play Temple, Lab, Imprint, Talisman, Rumble. Yes. Pass. And pass. Is a forest for Sprawl. Draw. Lab, Imprint, Devourer, or Sire? I'm going to actually imprint the Sire. Talisman. Rumble. I will grab the Emrakul. 5 types in Yard and pass. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2 short of Emrakul on 3. Otherwise, next turn we have a kicked Myco. There's Nykthos. It can generate 5. Do you have a Kiora? You have a Kiora. So now it generates 6. Do you have a storm? You have a guild pact. That's fine. Because we're going to kick the Nykthos. Wooded Foothill. Actually, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's kind of interesting. We can do one of two things here. Actually, I think we kick Mycospawn, go Ghost Quarter. And the reason why I think we do that is because, yeah, Mycospawn go for Ghost Quarter and set them back to 1. Yeah, set them back to 1 land. And pass 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Then we have Emrakul next turn. That is a-okay by me. Two, 4, 5, 6, 7. And draw. Windswept Teeth. I will cast the Emrakul. Do you scoop? Windswept Teeth, fetch. Surveil. You'll surveil. We'll attack opponent down to 16, so we have lethal on board. Excuse me. Yep, might go attack you down to 16, lethal's on board, and then our turn, comrade. Elesh Norn Nykthos. Elesh Norn. Well, that Nykthos is kind of annoying. I mean, you can play the Elesh Norn next turn, but it's kind of fine. Actually, can we Legend Rule the Elesh Norn? I don't think it really matters, does it? We don't really want the Elesh Norn on board. Because, yeah, we could play the Nykthos, tap it for... No, I guess it wouldn't be enough. It'd be for green and then for white, untap it, white. Yeah. No, I think we just pass then. You'll want to play the Elesh Norn as a blocker, but we have the Devourer. Nykthos, generate, what is that, 9? Halfling is neutral. Kiora, untap the forest? Why? Oh, because it can generate white. I see. In response, fetch surveil. Misty Rainforest, 2, 4, 7, 2 yard. Norn hits, double trigger Kiora. In that case, we probably just exile the Kiora with Devourer. Yeah, we'll draw. Sprawl. Permanents entering don't cause ability. The permanent your opponent controls the trigger, so the Bojuka Bog's kind of moot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess the question is, do we clock the Kiora or clock opponent? I mean, yeah. Let's just do this for starters. I think we exile the Elishnorn. Yeah, exile Elishnorn. Clock here if Emrakul, attack opponent of Myco spawn seems right. Yeah, let's do that. Go to combat, hit Kiora, hit you. We have lethal on board. Kiora down, Elishnorn down. Opponent's at 13. But Jukabog target you, get Kiora out of yard, and pass. We have lethal on board, opponent will scoop it up. We'll take the win. Okay. So Gemstone back in, Rumble out, let's run it back. They have a Stone Brain, so they can go for this the Chainveil Stone Brain loop. It's workable. I will keep. And we'll pass. Lushport Surveil, a bit of a slow start from opponent. Would like a Soul Land off top. Myco Spawn's also okay. Fetch, Forest, Sprawl. I'm gonna go for green. And pass. That way if drawn into a lab, we can double Rumble. Windswept Teeth, pass, draw, Sprawl. I would like that my land drop. We're gonna Rumble. There is Stomping Grounds, Sanctum. Let's go Sanctum. Play Sanctum, Talisman, Sprawl. For red. And we can draw a land off top, we can kick a Myco. Otherwise, we have Rumble. Windswept Teeth, fetch, Triome, and pass. Forest, you have Kiora. No. What this? Trailblazer, I see. Draw. Temple. So in that case, we can kick Myco. I have ideas. Myco kick the Triome. I'm thinking I go for another Temple. And then we can flute name the Trailblazer. Outrider. Or Outcaster. Trailblazer. And pass. And pass. So now it costs 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2 short Emrakul. There's the Nykthos. Trailblazer makes a mana. And draw. We can heat the Trailblazer then. I'm going to Rumble. There's Devourer. We'll grab the Devourer. Trailblazer down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This would be 12, but opponent will scoop it up and we'll take the win. Alright. Well, cool seeing Modern Nykthos. It's been a hot minute since I've seen that. Saw it a long while ago, but haven't seen it since. Maybe I'll pick up that list and tune it a bit. Could be fun. Was my Pioneer deck until Karn got banned. So, could be an interesting thing to play with and tune. Maybe find a way to introduce an Eldrazi spin on it. But we'll be back for match number 5. Alright, back for match 5. On the play for game 1. That's a mulligan. This can work. What do we pitch though? Sanctum? Yeah, Sanctum. We go Forest, Sprawl, Red, pitch Sanctum, and hope we draw into something of relevance onto, otherwise we Stirrings? Yeah, that seems right. They're playing against Otis, they're likely on Tron. Though we got baited by Samcaster Mage yesterday, so maybe not. We'll see. But looks like they might be away from keyboard, so we'll pause the recording here and be back once they've passed priority. Alright, and we're back. They keep the opening 7, we'll keep our 6, dump the Sanctum, Forest, Sprawl for red, and pass. Of course, we see Tron like 3 times today. Really wish I'm on Chrysalis. Not Chrysalis, on Ice Toe. Ice Toe would be so much better right now. I mean, between Tron, Nykthos, and Tron, yeah, Ice Toe seems pretty good. There's Power Plant map. We draw. Forest. Let's start with Stirrings then. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Like, we could go Misty Rain, Fetch Surveil, but it's not really doing much. I guess we'll grab Temple or Return. Is Otis on colorless or green? They're on colors. We could grab Return. No, grab the Temple. Play Temple and pass. We'll pray that we draw into a Myco spawn here. Temple, no Tron, okay. Could be a Flesh Rake. No, kind of wish I grabbed the K-Return. I'd have a mind to do so, but if we did, it means that we can't really accelerate into this World Breaker. Yeah, if Stirrings was a Ghost Quarter, would that have been better? Maybe. Looks like no Flash Raker, though, instead gonna hold up the map. Nope, there's a Flash Raker. Yeah, I wish we would have Cake returned then. Devourer. Well, we'll play the Temple and pass. We have the Breaker next turn. I guess I should hold, make him sweat a bit. Go to combat, swing for 2, down to 18. They played land for a turn. Do you have a TKS in hand? You do not. You have a Cake Man X2. We'll play the Forest into Breaker. Breaker breaking the Temple. Show me the K Command X2. Yep. That much was obvious. So we'll take 3, down to 15. Next turn we can Surveil off Verdant Cat. Yep, down to 15. Opponent, top, bottom, draw. And we'll pass. They have access to 5 mana. Access to 6. Do you have a TKS or Karn? There's Karn. Yeah, really wishing we kept the K return now. I guess they could grab Bridge here. Bridge is actually really good, since the only way I can deal with Bridge main is either Emrakul or Breaker. Yeah, I think Bridge actually closes this out, funny enough. Because I don't have the Ice Till Ghost Quarter loops to try and deny them enough mana to where then they're just bricked in hand. Yeah. I mean, I guess there are ways... Is there a world where I get my own Breaker to Yard? No. The Bridge alone, I think, closes this out. Mind Stone, then Bridge? Yep. Excuse me. Yeah, the Bridge is a problem. Let me draw. Yeah, if we had Ice Tills, I'd be more confident that we can do something here. But without Ice Till, we're relying solely on Emrakul. I will play the Verdant Catacomb. I don't think there's a point in playing the Devourer right now is the problem. I'll pass. There's Lab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. And they go liquid metal coating here and just start stripping lands. Yeah, methinks we're dead. The Stonebrain. I mean, if you Stonebrain name Emrakul here, that's a GG's. I physically won't be able to do anything. I'll be locked out of the game. What do you name? If you name Emrakul, you win. I'll concede on the spot. Yep, we'll concede. Yep. Alright. So in that case, we bring in Flute, Heat, Dismember, cut out the K returns, Bog, and Gemstone, and run it back. Yeah, the Flutes and Heats will definitely help. Again, I have half a mind to bring in Fade. It's just so unfortunate that it's sorcery speed, not instant, and if they play it right, they can play around Fade pretty easily. So, I think the Flutes are overall the safer bet here. Yeah. Without the Ice Till, those, whatchamacallit, the bridge plays are pretty good. You did some our deck list, right? Yeah, we did. I see the red timer and go, am I the problem? No. Bonus just not locked in yet. I mean, as far as sideboard's concerned, I guess it depends on what they have. Looking at their list, they bring in a flute and a stone brain. Probably cut 2 chalices at the very least. Yeah. On the play for game 2. Kind of the same problem as the last hand. Though, we find a Myco spawn here. It's a kicked Myco on 3. We'll keep. I mean, Myco, Rumble, both good hits. We go Commercial District Surveil, Emrakul to Yard, and pass, and pass. Not what I wanted to see. I mean, if they go Lab Imprint Mindstone here into card on 2, we in danger. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Rumble's good, though. We'll play Temple, Rumble, show me Myco. That's not a Myco. I will take the Emrakul. 5 types in Yard. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, we have Heat here. Do you have Karn? You do. Do you go Liquid Metal Coating? Thankfully, we have Heat. Tormod's Crypt. Well, shit. That changes things dramatically. Like, maybe we should have went Lab Imprint Breaker on the off chance we draw into Talisman. But now we're off of Heat. Sire. I'll play the Temple. We can't Sprawl. Temple. Hold Heat. 2, 4, 5, 6. Short 1. I mean, if they minus Karn, we Heat Karn. Next turn we can imprint Emrakul. If they start off with a TKS, that would suck a lot. We need them to minus Karn at this point. And hope that we can then heat it. Let's say you, opponent. I mean, if you have the TKS, you want to play that now. I mean, I think we pocket the Breaker, play Sire next turn. There's Flash Rake. Flash Rake will resolve. Does Karn minus is the question. Karn minus for what? And there's the Liquid Metal. In response, we are going to Heat Karn. And hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. End step draw. 2 cards in hand. I'm really tempted to Breaker here and hit the Lab with the Ugin. Really tempted to. The problem is that they have another card and we're just SOL. Is this Dismember on my spawn? Flute. Flute naming what? Myco spawn, maybe? Flute's a bit weird here, but Myco spawn would make sense. Anything else is a bit weird, I think. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. 4 short Emrakul. What are you choosing? Like I said, the only thing I can think was Myco spawn. Like, choosing Breaker wouldn't make sense as a one of. Choosing Emrakul wouldn't make sense because we can't cast it. Choosing Sire wouldn't make sense at all. So the only 2 things I can think I guess you have 3 that I can think of. Myco spawn, Ghost Quarter. Opponent. I don't like saying things that could be untrue. I'm just saying that between choosing my 1 of Worldbreaker and my 4 of Myco spawns, that choosing Worldbreaker with Disruptor Flute, when I also only have, mind you, currently 6 mana on board, is highly, highly suspicious. I'm not going to say that you're stream sniping. I'm just saying that to an untrained eye, it might look that way. I'm just going to point that out. That, I don't know. That just makes me wonder. That just makes me wonder. Okay. Okay. That's weird. Why would you name Worldbreaker? Like, of all things, if you're worried about me hitting something, like a land in this current moment in time, you name Myco spawn. I have 4 of those to my 1 Worldbreaker. That's kind of insane. That's kind of insane. I don't know what to think about that opponent. I don't like thinking that people would take unfair advantages like that, but I don't know. That's suspicious. All right, we'll pass. We'll pass. Crack map. Reveals lab. Why lab? Opponent goes, well, decide what is more important to me. To those land or coding. Why would I hit coding right now, though? There's no world where I hit coding without Karn. Do you have Karn? Okay. Hitting... But coding still wouldn't make sense. I have no info. I guess now you potentially grab bridge? Yeah, I guess. But, like, there's no world where I play Breaker, hit coding. If I lose a land's okay, because I can chump block. It still kills lands. But there's no, like I said, there's no world where I, like, 1000 IQ play, hit coding there. Also, you should have coding my land. Stomping Ground Shock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1 short. Alright, so we have to go Chrysalis here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah. I would say there's still a need to hit lands. And Saber to kill coding versus next Karn. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, that's still weird. That's still a weird one. Like, there's no world where I hit coding, because if I hit coding, the next Karn just can grab coding, right? So if you go... Yeah, theoretically speaking, let's say I play Worldbreaker, hit coding. You play Karn, grab bridge. You throw bridge, and now I'm still stuck behind bridge, then you grab coding. So there's no world where I hit coding with Worldbreaker. Yeah, that's just weird to me. Like, the logical leap of, well, you're not going to hit lands because I have Fleshraker. No, I'm going to still hit lands even if you have Fleshraker. Because Fleshraker can and will eventually die. Yeah. Versus if I had the coding, Karn still grabs bridge. I'm stuck behind bridge, and then you grab coding. Because it exiles, not destroys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We can cast the breaker next. No, we're one short, actually. We need a land. Yeah, I need a land off top. Untapped land. Because they can coding. I guess I should probably hold lab. Karn minus what for EE? EE clears the spawns. So what are my outs here? Flute and Heat, Ballista. Ballista also clears spawns. So this is Ballista for 4. I mean, that will always yield. Yep, down to 11. So now you can ping down my spawns. We'll sack them in response. So now you take me off of Breaker. So now my only hope here to buy time would be Heat and... whatchamacallit? Heat Flute. And even earlier, the Tormod's Crypt play was a little bit weird. We weren't too Emrakul at that point. We were close to, sure. But going for the Tormod's Crypt, which took me off of Delirium for Heat, was weird. I don't know. I don't like suggesting people are stream sniping, but that was weird, opponent. That was a weird one. Flute, target temple, sure. We'll draw forest. Play forest sprawl. For forest. And we will hold. So at this point, the liquid metal coating target tick up with Karn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They also can devour my sprawl. Second Flesh Raker. Down to 9. Map crack for a land. Urza's mine. Missing tower. Liquid metal target temple. Will float to make you sweat. Phase change first. That's smart. Though not really relevant right now. Karn plus. Yep. We will draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, can't do... Like, we could play the Devour, but it truly does nothing. So we'll pass. Ballista plus. I mean, I think this is GG's at this point. Especially because they can play Ugin now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, will make you sweat. Karn plus. Phase change. They should have Karn plus after the phase change. Second main. You should play Ugin at this point. Yep, there's Ugin. We'll take, what, 4 from the Flesh Rakers. Down to 5. You can, at this point, grow Ballista. You actually didn't even need to... You actually could have won with Karn, I think. Yeah, you could have won this turn. But you chose not to. I guess it's safer not to minus Karn. Alright. End step and draw. We're dead on board. Oh, interesting. So, we can flute naming Karn. The only problem is twofold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We take now. We're dead. Doesn't matter what we do here. We're dead. We'll concede. Alright. Alright. Well, kind of an unfortunate way to end there, especially given the weirdness that just happened. Again, not going to accuse someone of it outright, but I'm definitely going to say it looks suspicious between the Tormod's Crypt while we had the Heat in hand with Delirium in Yard and naming Worldbreaker with Flute. Like, the logic just wasn't there. There's no world where I hit liquid metal coating without knowing for a fact you have a second Karn. And even if you had a second Karn, hitting the coating is pointless because you just grab Bridge. Anyways, like, I'm pocketing the Breaker for Bridge specifically. So, yeah. bit suspicious. A bit suspicious. Anyways, though, still a solid league. 4 on record at the end of 5. Pretty happy with those results. Though playing against Tron 3 times, I definitely wish I was on Ice Still rather than on Chrysalis. The meta's still shifting. We'll make a choice before this weekend's challenges on what we'll be on, based on what the meta looks like then. But with that being said, that there will be the end of today's YouTube video. As always, if you did enjoy it, please do consider hitting the like button. Comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback. Be much appreciated. For as much that I hope y'all learn from me in both my success and failure, I hope I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you're enjoying the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button as we continue to grow this channel. However, if you would like to watch these videos recorded live over on Twitch, you can find me there Sundays through Thursdays at 10 p.m. CST and Fridays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. CST. Though tomorrow, I guess today, Wednesday, December 31st, I'll be live at 12 p.m. CST instead. Otherwise, you can head over to my Patreon and find these videos ad-free and early. With that being said though, folks, I will see you next time. Bye-bye!